Trump trolled Colorado with a Denver-sized tantrum. Now, complaining about that caucus is a little like complaining about missing a dental appointment. Don't blame the dentist. You should have put a Post-it note on the fridge that said, "Don't forget about Colorado." Meanwhile, his campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, got that charge dismissed for yanking Michelle Fields. That's good news, because we will never see this footage again. I've seen that more often than my own feet. More good news, the New York Post endorsed Trump, crossing their fingers and toes that he'll adjust his temperament. Don't hold your breath. And really, do we actually want a polite Donald? Then what will we talk about while hardening our glutes on the elliptical? But it could be over for Donald. Friday, some former Apprentice contestants announced they're not voting for Trump.
I am here because I am deeply concerned and disturbed by the impact of Donald Trump's divisiveness on our nation.
We also need a leader who can unite us as a country, which you are clearly not doing well, and you are falling woefully short.
Trump is not the candidate for America.
Well, I think we can all agree by saying, who are you? Stephen.
Sir.
Apprentice, alumnus, celebrity, all-star. Thoughts on these?
Well, you know, I thought about it, and I was on Celebrity Apprentice one season. And then I was chosen to be on Celebrity Apprentice All-Stars, and I don't remember those folks.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, you know, when you're just a regular Joe Celebrity Apprentice, you know, it makes sense that you have that opinion. It seems to me they're a little bitter.
Yeah, they might be bitter.
They're not all-stars.
Yeah, they're not all-stars. They're like the bottom of the pyramid. You're at the top, looking down.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, Greg, if I wasn't an all-star on Celebrity Apprentice for Mr. Trump, I wouldn't be here now, would I?
Oh, that's not true. You are way for Trump. Way in for Trump.
Well, I want to win.
Yeah.
I think you know, if we don't win, all of this is moot. And in my opinion, I said it before, I'll say it again, he's not a politician. Yes, he's a little kooky, and I like him for that reason. And I really think economically first, he's going to really make some positive improvements, and he's the guy.
What do you think, Abby?
Well, I would say it is interesting when you think about how many people have worked for Donald Trump over the years. Very few have come out and actually told bad stories about him.
Yeah, because they're dead. He had them killed. Let's face it, America. No, I'm kidding.
You know, so I spent the last 2 days at these Trump rallies, and most of the supporters that I talked to said exactly what you did. They said, you know, I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump says, but I like that he's different. I like that he says it like it is, and I like that he is not this politician. And Kat said this earlier, we forget that in election cycles, we vote on our emotions. We forget those emotions sometimes when they actually get in office and we're angry because they don't follow through on what they promise. But every time we go into the voting booth and we say, who makes us feel good? Who do we actually believe is going to make our lives better? And Trump is speaking their language for a lot of these people.
Is he speaking your language, Pete?
Not always. You know, I mean, 2008, America projected their hope and change on Barack Obama.
Right.
And it was an open can of soup of what we got. I think right now we're projecting something other than mom jeans of Barack Obama onto Donald Trump. We want a tough leader who's going to bring America back. But as a conservative who doesn't want the establishment, there's also a guy right there who's been a constitutional conservative for a very long time, stood up to the establishment in Washington, D.C., fought for his principles, also wants to restore America, and people, you know, they may not love everything about him. He's a little awkward sometimes in those exchanges, but I don't care if my guy's awkward. I want a commander-in-chief, and I want someone who understands that conservative principles are what will bring America back.
Mike, well done. I think you changed some minds there.
We rigged it. We rigged it.
This is really getting interesting, Joe. You have some kind of metaphor, I'm sure.
Oh, I do. So it was recently what the Washington Post, was that the op-ed where Donald Trump wrote about Colorado?
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. I'm sorry about that. And he, I think he's realizing that while some people do get behind his person, others don't. And the ones who don't, like a movement. So he's going with that. you talk often about it being rigged. He always thinks everything is rigged. So Colorado to Trump is like Wall Street to Bernie. It's that idea of the thing that's getting in the way of American democracy. What is that thing that is holding the voter back or getting the voter emotional and influencing their vote? And it's the movement. And that's what he's focusing on now. And I think that he will bring even more voters in that way.
You know what's interesting, though, Gray? I will say he is very polarizing in that, this is what I sense in the rallies, there's no one that says, oh, Trump, oh, he's okay.
Yeah,
it's like, I love Trump or I can't stand
Yeah, exactly.
There's no middle ground.
I would note, though, this rigged system, he's gotten 35% of the overall vote, yet 45% of the delegates.
The rigged system is helping him.
Yes.
Kat, do you believe in this pivot God, that he's actually going to pivot the way that the New York Post hopes? We all hope he's going to become more presidential, but he hasn't installed the software yet. So is it going to happen?
I think that it would be boring if he did. And also, I really want to point out that I totally understand the soup thing.
Yeah.
That's like the first time I've agreed with Ted Cruz. Campbell's Chunky Soup is delicious.
Yeah.
Why would you not want 100 delicious things? Seriously, it's warm, it's comforting. You can eat it without having to go out of the apartment. And I think that that's a wonderful story. Why does everyone think it's weird?
Oh, you know what's interesting? If you think that, soup is warm and comforting, you go out and buy soup. If you buy 100 cans, you're a psychopath.
You never know how much soup you're going to want.
Yes.
What if they run out?
He built a fort out of
the
soup.
Dumplings or the split pea and ham or the brock cheese and the chick new, and you get so excited. You're loading up your cart. You're skipping on home, and next thing you know, Heidi's complaining about it. Get out of here. Ted, I'll take the soup.
Stephen,
yes.
You're onto something here. He may be way ahead of everybody else. He was the first prepper.
Ted Cruz might be preparing right now to get in there and push the button.
No, he's preparing.
100 cans of soup now. He's got a bunker. Who knows?
He bought the soup because he knows Trump is going to be president.
Oh, okay.
It's all that far ahead.
Now he's getting the bunker. He's already calling William Devane. And he's going to reverse mortgage. He's going to get a solid gold catheter.
Yep.
And those big silos of seeds. And I don't even know what those are, but I don't eat it because it's bad for
Gold
you.
from Roslyn Capital.
There you go, gold from Roslyn Capital. What's that guy's name? Anyway, we love our advertisers.